Hello friends, welcome to the algebra class. In second chapter we have quadratic equation. Very first we'll understand what is quadratic equation. The equation whose degree is 2 and it is in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Ax squared power is 2, bx 1, c is 0. So here ax squared plus bx plus c, a is the coefficient of x squared, b is the coefficient of x, and c is the constant coefficient of the equation. This is one form when there is three terms, trinomials. Quadratic equation even is in binomial ax squared plus bx is equal to 0. Here c is not there, constant coefficient is not there. We have only ax squared plus bx. It's a binomial, and here also a will not be equal to 0. Third form is ax squared plus c is equal to 0. A is the coefficient of x squared, c is the constant coefficient. Here ax squared plus bx, a is the coefficient of x squared and b is the coefficient of x. Now the questions which are asked very first, they give, decide whether the given equation is a quadratic equation or not. Suppose here it is given x squared plus 5x minus 2 equals 0, and we have to decide whether it is a quadratic equation or not. So we will compare this equation to ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. This is ax squared, here a is 1, b is 5 and c is minus 2, and it is exactly required by the quadratic equation. So this is a quadratic equation. There is power degree is 2, here it is 1, it is 0. So this way this is a given quadratic equation. Suppose they have given another equation to say whether it is a quadratic equation or not. If it is given x plus 1 upon x is equal to minus 2. Here in denominator we have got variable x. We will multiply x throughout the equation. X into x is x squared. X into 1 upon x is equal to 1 is equal to minus 2x. Now we will write in the standard form. That is, standard form is this one. So it will become x squared minus 2x will come to the left hand side plus 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. Now compare this one, ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. So this is a quadratic equation. This way we are given sometimes the questions for just 1 mark. Decide whether the given equation is a quadratic equation or not. So this equation and this equation, both of them, they are the quadratic equation. Other than that, there are questions in a given equation. They will tell find a, b, c. X squared plus 5x minus 2, if this is equation, and they are asking a, b and c. So here a is 1 and b, that is coefficient of x is b is 5 and c is minus 2. This part is very important because later when we will be going for the formula method, that time we have to decide what is a, what is b, what is c. What is a, b, c? A is the coefficient of x squared, b is the coefficient of x, and c is the constant coefficient. Now if they have given that find out the ABC in this case. This is 2y is equal to 10 minus y square. First we'll write it in the standard form. Let these two come to the left hand side. So y minus y square will become y square. This is minus 2y minus, this is 2y plus 2y minus 10 is equal to 0. Now the standard equation of this one in the form of the quadratic as y square plus 2y minus 10. So here a is equal to 1, b is equal to 2 and c is equal to minus 10. This way we decide whether it is a quadratic equation, and then second we discuss what is ABC and what is the standard form of quadratic equation. Now we will see that how to solve a trinomial in the quadratic equation, binomial in the quadratic equation. There are many methods. First one, trinomial will be taking and by splitting the middle term. By splitting the middle term, we shall be solving an example. Suppose I take a very simple equation, x squared plus 7x plus 12 is equal to 0. To solve this, a very basic simple method is split this middle term in such a way that its product is the last term. Last term is 12, middle term is 7. So this 7 has to be split in such a way that its product is 12, 7. The method is you factorize 12 first and see that what are the two terms which will give the product of 12. 12's factors are 2 6s are, 2 3s are, 3 1s are, 2 2s are 4, 3s are 12. So here we can split it 4 and 3. The system is split the middle term in such a way that its product is the last term. Now after splitting, x squared plus 4x plus 3x plus 12 equals 0. Here we had 3 terms, here became 4 terms. Now pair the terms. First 2 terms, x squared plus 4x and 3x plus 12. Out of this, what are the commons? Here x common, x plus 4. In this 3 common plus 3, x plus 4 is equal to 0. Now again it became 2 terms. Out of this what is common? X plus 4, x plus 4. That is x plus 4 is x plus 3 equals 0. Now 0 value of these two factors. If x plus 4 is equal to 0, x is equal to 0 minus 4 and x is equal to minus 4. If x plus 3 is equal to 0, x is equal to 0 minus 3, x is equal to minus 3. That means the roots of this equation, x is either equal to minus 4 or x is equal to minus 3. This is the solution set of this very equation, x squared plus 7x plus 12. Here we have to understand certain property. If the last term is positive and middle term also is positive, so this term will split into positive and positive. If the last term is positive and middle term is negative, then these two terms will be negative. If it was yet minus, it will be minus 4x minus 3x equal to plus 12 is equal to 0, and the rest of the things will be the same. So this way a trinomial, by splitting the middle term, we can factorize this way. Now we shall take one example of the binomial. Binomial example. Binomial means when it is in the form of ax squared plus bx. I take an example 3x squared minus 147 is equal to 0. It is ax squared, it is c. So when you wanted to prove this or solve this, first you check with is there anything common in both the terms, and here we find 3 is common in both the terms. So if I take 3 common here, this is x squared minus 49 is equal to 0. X squared minus 49 is equal to 0. X and 49. There is a formula a squared minus b squared is equal to 0. So this becomes 3 into x squared minus 7 squared. X squared minus 7, 3, of course this 3 goes here, 0.3, that is lost over there. This is x minus 7 into x plus 7 is equal to 0. Now 0 value, if x minus 7 is equal to 0, then x is equal to 0 plus 7 and x is equal to 7. If x plus 7 is equal to 0, x is equal to 0 minus 7, x equal to minus 7. That means solution set is either 7 or minus 7. This way by the binomials we can prove this. We will see this form ax squared plus bx equal to 0. X squared plus 3x is equal to 0. Here this is ax squared plus bx form. So here we will just check what is common. X is common, x plus 3 is equal to 0. So we will get 0 value, x is equal to 0 and x plus 3 is equal to 0. So x is equal to 0 minus 3, x is equal to minus 3. So these are the 3 types of quadratic equations. Ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0, ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0, ax squared plus c is equal to 0. And after getting through all these quadratic equations, you must be clear what it is. Now we shall be checking later what other methods are there. In next edition we are going to study how to solve a quadratic equation by completing the perfect square. Thank you for this edition. See you in the next edition.